MMC TV USA. Now on POTV, Channel 100.
Hello there once again and welcome to MMC World Roundup, where we connect you with the latest news from Sri Lanka and around the world. Well, before we dive right into the details, let's take a quick look at what's making headlines today. The minimum daily wage of estate workers increased to 1,700 rupees. The government has taken measures to ban corporal punishment in all spheres. A passenger ferry service between Nagapattinam and Kankasanture. Scientists have produced a remarkable reconstruction of what a Neanderthal woman would have looked like when she was alive. Well, taking a look at your news in detail, the minimum daily wage in respect of the workers engaged in tea growing and manufacturing trade has been increased to 1,700 rupees. President Ranil Wickremesinghe announced an increase in the daily wage of plantation workers to 1,700 rupees. He reiterated his unwavering commitment to addressing the challenges faced by the plantation community, affirming his dedication to safeguarding their rights during his tenure as president. President Ranil Wickremesinghe reiterated that lined rooms would be legally transformed into villages, accompanied by enhancements to their facilities. He emphasized a commitment to improving the educational and vocational opportunities available to children in plantation communities, underscoring the importance of investing in their future development. The president also expressed gratitude to the plantation workers for their enduring contributions to the nation's economy, acknowledging their resilience in overcoming challenges amidst the recent economic downturn. The government has taken measures to ban corporal punishment in all spheres. The Cabinet of Ministers approved amendments to the Penal Code and Criminal Procedure Code to prohibit corporal punishment in all spheres. A recent study conducted in relation to Sri Lankan context by the United Nations Committee on Child Rights revealed that a large number of children are prone to physical punishments, abuses and violence due to lack of legal provisions prevailing in home, within remedial protection background, within institutions for penalty orders and in schools. In addition to that, a Supreme Court decision relevant to a fundamental rights petition filed by a student experiencing hearing discrepancies followed by an assault by a teacher has held the relevant teacher and the government responsible for violating the 11th statute of the Constitution. It has been scientifically proven that a child may physically or mentally be impacted in the long run by such physical punishments, both mentally and physically. The passenger ferry service between Nagapattinam and Kankasanture in Sri Lanka, which resumed in October 2023 after almost 40 years only to be stopped days later, is set to recommence on May 13. Online ticket sale for the service, which will be handled by a new operator, will go live on Monday. On October 14th last year, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually flagged off the service between Nagapattinam and Kankasanture. The HSC Chiriyapani, operated by the Shipping Corporation of India under KPVS Private Limited, however, stopped service after about a week, allegedly due to monsoon. After a gap of 6 months, the service is set to resume. This time, though, a Chennai-based travel operator, Industry Ferry Services Private Limited, would handle the international service through the ship Sivagangai. Passengers are allowed to carry 60 kilograms of baggage on board without charges. Further, they are allowed to change their date of travel 72 hours before the scheduled trip. Full refund is also available on cancellation only during the period. Sri Lanka's gross official reserve stood at $5 billion by the end of March 2024, recording a notable increase compared to $4.4 billion at the end of 2023. In its report on the external sector performance in the month of March, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka attributed the surge in GOR to its substantial net purchases of foreign exchange from the domestic foreign exchange market. Net intervention in March was $715 million, and during the first quarter of 2024, the net purchases have amounted to $1.2 billion. Import coverage of GOR, including the swap facility from the People's Bank of China, equivalent to around $1.5 billion, remained above 3 months of imports since December 2023. The CBSL further states that the deficit in the merchandise trade account narrowed to $369 million in March 2024 from $412 million recorded in March 2023, primarily due to a higher increase in exports than the increase in imports. However, it widened compared to February 2024. Former Pakistani legend Wasim Akram will conduct a 2-day training program for national players, SLC high-performance coaches and the coaches of the major clubs in the country, Sri Lanka Cricket said. In total, Akram, who arrived in Sri Lanka, will conduct 5 sessions covering the SLC Pace Academy, HPC and major club coaches. He will also observe Sri Lanka's national players' preparation for the upcoming ICC Men's T20 World Cup, the Sri Lanka Cricket said in a statement. The program marks Sri Lanka Cricket's initiative to bring in the required expertise to enhance the coaching strength of the SLC High Performance Centre and the major club system in the country. The decision to invite Akram was taken by the Executive Committee of Sri Lanka Cricket, headed by Mr. Shammi Silva, the President of Sri Lanka Cricket. Cruise ship Serenade of the Seas made her maiden call at the Hambantota International Port. The luxury liner, which carried a total of 1,950 passengers and 890 crew members, was the 10th cruise ship to call at the Hambantota Port for the year 2024. Serenade of the Seas, launched in 2003, is one of the Radiance-class vessels built by the global shipping company Royal Caribbean International to travel to far-flung exotic destinations. The port welcomed the ship with a plaque presentation held on board. Officials of the Hambantota International Port Group and the HIP, along with representatives from the local vessel agents, attended the event. The liner's next call is reportedly the Colombo port. The maximum retail price of a 50-kilogram bag of cement has been reduced by 50 rupees to 2,400 rupees. The industry media announcement stated that cement at the new maximum retail price will be available in the market from today onwards. The price revision reportedly aims to boost the local construction industry by passing on the cost benefit to consumers. The Ceylon Petroleum Corporation has reduced all the retail fuel prices. Accordingly, the price of octane 92 petrol has been reduced by 3 rupees per litre down to 368 rupees. Octane 95 petrol reduced by 20 rupees down to 420 rupees per litre. Auto diesel has been reduced by 30 rupees down to 333 rupees per litre. Super diesel reduced by 9 rupees per litre down to 377 rupees. And price of kerosene has been reduced by 30 rupees per litre down to 215 rupees. Lanka IOC too has revised the fuel prices matching with the prices of Sipetco. Bihalpola Rajamaha Vihare was constructed during the reign of King Devanapithisa and later renovated by King Balagamba. Among the ruins that can be seen at the site, there is a stupa and Attani pillar inscription, several stone pillar bases and a flight of steps, possibly belonging to the Anuradhapura period. Some paintings possibly from this period show King Valagamba and the deity Nautha, which are badly deteriorated. On one rocky plain, there is a Thampita Viharya, Dhatu Mandirya and a Vihara Mandirya, 3 buildings joined together and built during the Kandyan period. The Thampita Vihara is built on 9 stone pillar stumps, 2 feet tall. Large beams of timber are laid across the stone pillars and wooden planks are laid across them to make the flow of the structure. The image house on the Thampita Vihara is 13 feet in length and 9 feet 8 inches wide. A 3 feet wide circumambulating path is built around the image house with a 7 feet wide space at the front. The whole structure is 26 feet long and 8 feet wide. There are 2 entrances to the Vihara. The entrances face north and the exit faces west. Stone steps are built at both the entrances. 2 statues of guardian deities carrying a flower pot stand guard beside the main entrance. At the top of the door frame is a Makara Torana with 4 deities each at 2 sides. The door frame is built in Surya Vanka design. Most of the paint on the statues as well as the Makara Torana is faded. A 5 feet 6 inches high Samadhi Buddha statue flanked by 2 standing Buddha statues lies in the image house. The height of the standing statues is 7 feet and 7 inches high. An income of 19,131 million rupees was earned from the export of coconut-related products in March 2024. This is stated in the monthly report released by the Coconut Development Authority on income from coconut-related products and exports. Accordingly, in March 2024, the amount of moulded coir exported from Sri Lanka for horticulture is 38,065 metric tons. The income earned is 5,725 million rupees. Compared to March 2023, this amount is a growth of 29%. Export of coconut shell activated carbon export 5,707 metric tons compared to 2023. The revenue earned in March 2024 is 4,430 million rupees. It is a percentage increase of 32%. Also, an amount of 3,122 million rupees has been earned by the export of coconut milk in the last month of March. The amount of coconut milk exported during the month of March was 7,059 metric tons. It is a 49% increase compared to March 2023, says the Coconut Development Authority. 2,378 million rupees earned in the month of March by exporting desiccated coconuts. The quantity of desiccated coconut exported during the month was 3,592 metric tons. Its growth is 30%. Apart from this, the export of powdered coconut milk has also increased in the last month. The income earned is 1,587 million rupees. The amount of powdered coconut milk exported was 1,153 metric tons, a growth of 93% compared to March 2023. More than 300 contracts connected to 35 mega projects were suspended last year, and 2.3 billion rupees was demanded as compensation by contractors for just 9 of them, the Finance Ministry's Project Management and Monitoring Department says, adding there is a probability that claims will also be submitted for over another 22. A total of 37 projects achieved no physical progress during the last quarter of 2023, according to the PMMD's latest report released last month. Among them are 17 projects out of 33 for which foreign disbursements were stopped. Implementation delays are reported in 41 other projects owing to the poor performance of contractors. As this issue prevails in about 20% of total projects, it is important to consider the performance of contractors as a criterion for the renewal of their registration to resolve the repetition of this issue, the report states. The PMMD's latest data come amidst strong words in the International Monetary Fund's Governance Diagnostic Assessment, which pointed to recurrent problems in how successive Sri Lankan governments carried out mega projects. Citing the PMMD's 2022 fourth quarter report, the multilateral lender notes that the most common issue affecting implementation is a delay in receiving allocation and interest, which proves that projects have commenced without appropriate budgetary allocations in the annual budget. Eastern India experienced its hottest April on record as a heat wave scorched parts of the country amid a general election, killing at least 9 people, and the Weather Office on Wednesday forecast above normal temperatures for May too. Searing heat has been cited by political analysts as one of the reasons for low voter turnout in the 7th-phase parliamentary election that began on April 19th, with results due on the 4th of June. Heatwave conditions are, however, forecast to abate gradually in the coming days. The mean temperature in eastern India was 28.12 Celsius in April, the warmest since records began in 1901, with experts blaming a combination of factors. In April, the eastern Indian state of West Bengal recorded the most number of heatwave days for the month in the last 15 years, followed by the neighbouring coastal state of Odisha, where heat conditions were the worst in 9 years. Authorities have also declared a rare heat wave in the southwestern coastal state of Kerala, where at least 2 deaths have been recorded due to soaring temperatures. Central and northwestern India, which includes major wheat-producing states that typically witness heat waves at this time of the year, have been largely spared due to intermittent thundershowers last month. Monsoon is the lifeblood of India's economy, delivering 70% of the rain needed to water crops and recharge reservoirs, and the Met Department has predicted that India will receive above normal monsoon rainfall in 2024. Scientists have produced a remarkable reconstruction of what a Neanderthal woman would have looked like when she was alive. It is based on the flattened, shattered remains of a skull whose bones were so soft when excavated they had the consistency of a well-dunked biscuit. Researchers first had to strengthen the fragments before reassembling them. Expert paleoartists then created the 3D model. The skull on which the model is based was found in Shanidar Cave in Iraqi Kurdistan. It is an iconic place where the remains of at least 10 Neanderthal men, women and children were unearthed in the 1950s. When a British group was invited back by the Kurdish authorities in 2015, they soon chanced upon a new skeleton dubbed Shanidar Z that comprised much of the individual's upper body, including the spine, shoulders, arms and hands. Well, that wraps up our news coverage for today. You can reach us on POTV, Samsung TV, LG TV, Apple TV, YouTube and Facebook Live, reaching the entire United States and across the globe. Thank you so much for joining in with us today, and until next time, have a wonderful week ahead.
To catch the full program and more, subscribe to MMC TV USA on YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok.